I wanted to recognize here at the head table with us our new sheriff, Mike Wood, and congratulate him and ask that he say a word or two to us.
Thank you, Mike. Wow. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. I just want to thank you guys for what you do, and I'm tickled to death to be a member of NEBA, and that was quite frankly, honestly, at Sheriff Campbell's behest, and I know that Sheriff Campbell was very special to everybody in this room, and I'm not just saying it because I'm here. This was a group that he considered very, very close, the people that drive this community, that he felt obligated to, and certainly as a part of. And I would just tell you that it's not lost on me that I have a huge, huge set of shoes to fill as I sit here and look at Sheriff Boone, who hired me, and know that I have to do in Sheriff Campbell's absence what he did. But I just appreciate the friendships I have here, and I thank you guys for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff, and we'll look forward to seeing you here on a regular basis. And we certainly do miss our good friend and longtime Sheriff Larry Campbell, and good to see you, Sheriff Boone, out here too. So we are well.
I will be president after this meeting. Barney Bishop, where are you, Barney? Barney will be our president-elect. Corianne Chapman will remain as our secretary. Will Crowley's will step up as our treasurer. Our past president, Terry Madigan.
Thank you. Here you go, sir. You're really anxious to get me out of here.
I mean to tell you, I told you, next year is now. Next year is now.
Thank you.
And then the last thing, I want to say something about our new sheriff. We knew he was going to follow Larry Campbell, but he didn't mean to follow him this way. But we're so glad that you are in the position you're in, and we're in a position to step in when we needed you. So we're glad to have you. Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to tell you about our upcoming meetings to make a note. Again, fourth Tuesday of every month, we are here for lunch. Next month, we have John Thrasher, new president of Florida State University, will be our speaker. In March, Andrew Gillum, mayor of Tallahassee, will be our speaker. And we've just lined up for our April speaker, Skip Foster, the new publisher of the Tallahassee Democrat. So we'll have a good series of speakers this coming year. So we're pleased to have Jerome Gaines, who is our new, or at least a few months now, Tallahassee Fire Chief. Very, very important job, everybody knows. Chief was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana, got his undergraduate degree in management at Indiana Wesleyan University. And I guess you've been a firefighter. You got sworn in 1983 with the Fort Wayne Fire Department. So this really is a career for you, huh? Okay. And he's, for 30 years, he's worked pretty much there at the Fort Wayne Fire Department, rose through the ranks, assistant chief, oversaw 300 firefighters, pretty big operation up there. And then through a vetting process, and a lot of qualified people applied here, was determined that he was the best guy to lead us here at the Tallahassee Fire Department. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you and tell us about yourself and what we're doing.
Chair, thank you for allowing me to come and speak to you today. I'm going to make this brief, not too brief, and then if I've got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Be said about myself, I did spend most of my career in Indiana, born and raised there, so I know what cold weather is like, and I'm appreciative of the fact that it's warmer down here now. My wife, she retired. We have 5 children. We have 7 grandchildren, and as he said, the fire service has been a career, a passion of mine for almost 32 years. I love the fire service. I love getting up every morning and thinking about what the potential has for that day and the different things that I can do to try to make a difference in the lives of not only the people that serve in the fire department, but for the community as a whole. For myself, I came to this department because I don't know if anybody's ever been up Midwest in Indiana, that area, but it's very political up there. It's probably not that way here, right? But anyway, it's a situation where I finally got to the point that I could have ended my career and I was actually going to retire. And it was my wife that said to me one day, she said, you know, I know you're not finished yet. And if you ever want to achieve the position of fire chief, maybe you need to look outside of Indiana. And I didn't want to spend the rest of my life looking back and saying what I could have done or what I should have done. I'm not a person that likes to have regrets that way. So I listened to her, and she was right. And so I applied at some different departments, but for whatever reason, it's like I believe, me personally, that this is where God wanted me to be. And it's like I would apply at departments, and I'd get right at the door, and everything looked good, and the door would close. And I was like, what is going on? And so I applied here actually the first time, and they actually had a fire chief hired. I went through the process, and I didn't get as far. They hired a guy, and he ended up, and he turned the position down. He's now the chief of Baltimore, Maryland. And so I saw on the internet that he had turned the position down and that they were actually starting the process again. So this time I went in a different way and prayed about it, and I just took a different approach to it, and I'm here. And you know, it's been, and I told, actually the other day, I was in the office and I was looking at my calendar, and I said to my assistant, I said, Janet, could you tell me what is this PSC? I've got a meeting, and she kind of looked at me and she goes, I really don't want to say, Chief. Wait a minute. What is the meeting? I mean, I'd like to know. She said, it's a surprise. And I said, Janet, I really don't like surprise. I need to know. And she said, Chief, please don't make me tell you. And I said, okay, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to trust you. And it was two individuals that were on the department I came from. They came down to visit me. And they asked me how things were going. They said, we're really happy for you. And, you know, we miss you. And I said, you know what? I said, Fort Wayne was a great experience. It gave me an opportunity to develop the skills that I have and how I apply those and how I lead the department every day. But I said, being here is like I was always meant to be here. I've been here 7 months, and what I love most about Tallahassee, when we first came here for the interview, my wife and I, what impressed me, the first thing for my wife especially, was the fact that it wasn't like typical Florida when you get south, where everything's flat. There's a lot of character here. The people here, we talked to a lot of people, and we asked them, what did you like about Tallahassee? Why are you here? And we found no one to say that, you know, I can't wait to get out of here. That they came here for whatever reason was, and when they got here, they never wanted to leave. And so my wife is, you know, she's making an adjustment. She retired. She was an investigator in the public defender's office. She's making an adjustment because we have no family here other than the fire department and the people we've met in the community. And so for her, it's an adjustment, but for me, it's been an easy adjustment. I retired on Friday, June the 27th at 11 o'clock. I went home, took my uniform off, took the other uniforms, threw them all in the trash. Loaded the car up Saturday with my wife, family, and friends. We drove down here, got sworn in Monday. So I took the weekend off. That's how I saw it. And so it's been a great experience for me here. I work at a, and I really don't see it as work. I serve at a great department with a bunch of great men and women that they make my job easier. And they have the same commitment that I have, that no matter what I do in the fire service, I am committed to giving the best to the citizens. And so that's what we're going to do here. Not that they needed any change as far as that there were problems that they needed a different direction. It's just sometimes I think you have to shake things up. And so I'm appreciative of the fact that the city manager and the people that were in the search committee saw in me the passion that I have for the fire service and for trying to make a difference. And so some of the things I want to do here, the business community, I like this because as far as the business community goes, there are different things that I'd like to do. I'm about building relationships out in the community. One of the things that I envision is that I'm working on now is I want to do something for the kids in this community. We have to start our children young as far as fire safety, and safety is, you know, general rule when it comes to law enforcement. And so I have this idea to create this facility, and in the end, build this facility with other buildings there that will be a permanent structure where we can bring children in, elementary school children in, and we can teach them fire safety and safety as a whole as it relates to the police department. And so I'm starting that process now, and I'm going to meet with the superintendent of schools. And my plan is I'm going to move forward. And if anybody, you know, you talk to anybody in the fire department, they'll say that Chief Gaines, what he does not do, he does not waste time. I do not like to waste my time. If we're going to do something, let's do it, let's get it done, let's move on, and then let's go on to something else. And so I'm going to start this program with the resources that we have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get people, they will see the value it brings to this community, how we provide for our children, and get the support I need that when I come to you, the business community, and say, I've got this vision. And then once I present it to you, say, would you like to be a part of that? Because it's going to benefit not just the fire department, it's going to benefit generations to come. And so it's about making things safe and making it better in this community. So that's one of the ideas that I have, but I'm about building relationships. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to come here and speak today. Hey, I learned a long time ago, because I was in the position you're in, I don't like to sit up and hear somebody ramble on, especially after you eat. We have to be aware of our surroundings at all times. Things have changed. Bulletproof glass and all those things they're not gonna change if someone wants to cause harm. And so we just have to make sure that we have the best information, that we ourselves are vigilant, and say, you know, that the key is like any of us in public safety, it's to go home at the end of our shift. That's it. So, thank you.
Chief, thank you. That was great. We appreciate the opportunity to hear you and have questions. You can see we have a very inquisitive, intelligent group, and this is great. This is how we like to do our presentations. Do want to give you just a little token of our appreciation for visiting with us today. And this is our official NEBA coffee mug.
And I drink coffee.
And I'm sure you drink a little coffee.
Yes, I
and
do.
I hope you will use it, remember us,
Thank you.
and come back and visit us again. You can join, come as a guest. We'd like to have you speak again, maybe in a few years or a year when you've made some changes. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed it. So, if there are guests here, raise your hand. Okay. Welcome. Come back. Sign up for membership. Thank you. We are adjourned. See you next month.